Everybody, welcome to Junior Pro Talk. This is the second podcast for us. I'm Chris B.
I'm Will Raper.
I'm Jonathan Clark.
And I'm Emily B.
And Roy was not able to join in with us tonight, but he'll be back next week. All right, so for today, Jonathan Clark just came back from Illinois this past weekend at a 3D shoot, so he's going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Chris, it was a good weekend. We had some crazy weather compared to the way it usually is in Illinois because it's usually about 115 degrees. But this week, it was in the 90s and it was an overcast, so we honestly had two really good days of shooting. On Sunday, it started raining just a little bit towards the end, but wasn't anything bad. In the junior divisions, which would be young adult, David Hauser won his sixth consecutive ASA championship in a row. So that's everyone so far this year. So there's one more left, so he's on a roll to take them all.
That's crazy.
That is net.
On Facebook, he mentioned, I'm still succeeding at my goal, so I wonder if his goal is to win all of them.
I would have to say so. I mean, that has been a goal I've wanted to pursue, but it has failed in recent years. But he is on his way. He has one more, and then he's so far ahead in shooter of the year. It's not even funny right now because he's been shooting some great scores in 3D and FIDA.
That's
and
crazy.
David was first. A good friend Jeremy Elliott was second, and Drew Troll was third. So they had a great weekend. All three of those guys did. But then we had the pro shoot down was really awesome. They had 7 pros in the shoot down instead of 5 this tournament. And it was probably one of the best shoot downs I've ever seen. And Levi won. Levi Morgan.
That's good.
Tim Gillingham was second, and Dan McCarthy was third. So it was a great weekend. It wasn't as good of a weekend for me as I would have hoped. I had an equipment issue, I guess you could say, but got home, got it all fixed yesterday, so we'll be ready for the next one.
That's good. And congrats to all you archers that shot down in Illinois. So, all right. And next, so we just talked about the tournament that just happened, and the next one for Emily and I is NASP Worlds. And for all of you target archers and 3D archers, you might not know what NASP is. So Emily's going to go ahead and explain that real quick.
Hi, guys. So NASP is a little different from what you think archery would be like. It's in the schools. It stands for National Archery in the Schools program, and it's for archers from 4th grade to 12th grade. So once you're out of high school, you're pretty much done with that aspect of shooting. And coming up, we have Worlds. It'll be in Madison, Wisconsin, and there we'll have probably 3,000 to 4,000 archers there, which is crazy. We just went and shot nationals in May in Kentucky, and they had over 10,000 kids there.
Yeah.
So the sport is just growing like crazy, which is awesome to see archery just sprout more than baseball, I guess. But just to give you an overview of what we do, it's a little different. We only go down and shoot one game, believe it or not. We shoot at 10 and 15 meters. So we'll go up and have one practice end at 10 and then shoot 3 ends. And then we move back to 15.
3 ends of five arrows.
5 arrows.
It's not 6 arrows like outdoor.
It's a little different. And then once you're done with 10 meters, you move back and have another practice end in the middle of it all, and shoot 3 more ends at 15. But the score is still out of 300, and the world record right now I think stands 299.
299, yeah. Mr. 300, Ryan Long holds that one, and another good friend in Iowa. So they both hold those.
So that's coming up for us, and it's really cool because in the program there's tons of scholarship money and awesome trophies and awesome opportunities. We shoot a Matthews Genesis and of course Easton Arrows, and it is just an awesome program that I hope that you kids that do shoot it continue after you graduate. So
yeah, it's a really good program to get people that don't know a whole lot about archery and are interested, and have a school that they go to with the program.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
So,
just really
so
good.
Chris, would you be able to explain to me what it's like going from your full rigged out tournament setup to shooting a
Yeah.
Genesis bow?
Yeah, a lot. That's the main question for NASP because a lot of kids start with NASP and then they see like kids like us who shoot competitions at tournaments with real bows, I guess you could say. And I started out with shooting tournaments with a real bow, so it's a little bit different. But the main issue or the main goal is to make sure you have a good solid form for each bow.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I've been shooting my target bow because I just came back from California and my form is like top notch and it's been doing really good. Um, hold on, can you guys see me because a blue icon just popped up?
Yeah.
You're good now.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah, you're good.
okay, so my form's really good with my target bow, but in 2 weeks I'll be going to Wisconsin, and I still have that form memory with my Genesis bow, so I'll be able to pick up my Genesis bow, and within a couple of days be right back in the swing of things, and vice versa because I'll be going to Ohio Nationals a week after that. So it's just really important to make sure you have a good solid form with each bow you shoot, and be able to keep a mental track of that form.
Yeah, I would say that first starting out, we were in middle school, so we were pretty young, but the transition between the two was tricky at first, but overall, real quickly, you could tell that it improved both games really fast, and it was really awesome to go between the different bows because it taught you something that you wouldn't be able to learn shooting the other one. So it was really cool.
Yeah, it just makes you shooting multiple bows makes you a well-rounded archer.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, so next, I kind of already mentioned it, but outdoor nationals in Ohio, and it has been in Ohio for the past couple years, which some people favor and some people don't. But so yeah, Will, do you want to talk about Ohio Nationals? Is a oh shoot, you're not even going to it. Can you tell us why you're not going to it this year?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I
Well,
forgot about that.
I had everything planned. I'd already signed up, got ready, had been training for it. Just got back from SoCal, as everybody knows from last week, and I had applied for a job at the Walton County Sheriff's Office. And I really need the job because I have to start college this year. I'll be going to Georgia Gwinnett College, but they called and told me that I start on the 14th, and those first 2 weeks are training. So I'll have to miss Ohio because as much as important as archery is to me, um, some other matters have come and that I have to take care of. So this year I won't be able to nationals, which is a big bummer in my books. So
Sorry.
sorry, guys.
That's
We
all right.
support you.
You'll have plenty more after this year ahead of you to go to. So.
Yep, that's the good thing about it. It's every year, and they have
Yep.
the same shoots every year that you can go and win, and always have your own goals.
That's awesome. Okay, so Emily, do you want to talk about what your prep will be for Ohio or what new things you have going on?
Sure. I guess our prep for the bees is going to be a little tricky because we're stuck in Wisconsin for like 8 days, so we'll have a different bow. I don't know what we're going to do prep-wise, but definitely going to be journaling a lot about goals that I'll have for the tournament, and we'll try to work out a little bit. I know no one wants to, and it's not in everyone's routine, but I know that for me, my form is better and my shots are stronger when I'm working out, and I know that'll be really useful because I won't have a lot of time to shoot right before Ohio Nationals, but pretty much going to try and practice every day before I leave.
All right, that's good, and I'll be in the same boat because I'll be in Wisconsin, so we'll have to figure that out. Okay, so as probably some of you have seen, I uploaded an interesting video to YouTube today, and it's called "A Day in the Life with Chris B." And I came up with the idea kind of off of Real Wild's daily or summer routine, and a little country artist, Granger Smith's character, Earl Dibbles Jr. Uh, routine. So I put my little twist on that, and I've been getting a lot of feedback, and it seems like people are liking it. It's already got like 300 views, so I'm pretty pumped. Yeah. All right, so hashtag eggs on toast. No big deal about that. If that's Will, do you want to clarify that hashtag for us, please?
The eggs on toast. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up here.
Or do you got the video or the photo real quick?
Yeah, just a sec. Here we go. Just like Tiger Woods, he keeps a strict diet. He usually eats egg whites omelet for breakfast. He has a crazy 12-hour daily routine, just like Chris B, as you can see there. So, you did a great job. I love that you sit on logs and
do exploring in the woods and fish for bass and
things.
cats and yeah.
That throughout the day. I mean, who doesn't do that? Routine.
Yeah. That is
And
fun.
you do trick shots. That is the main. That was very cool, Chris.
That took me a while. That took me about 10 tries to do that. I thought it would be a lot easier. I've done it before, but it took me a couple tries, so I edited it.
Well, that was pretty cool. I would say you're ready for the NASP tournament next week, it looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's the Genesis bow if no one knew.
Yeah. And if you guys want to know what we're talking about, you can search my YouTube, or we'll put a link in the description in this YouTube channel for that video.
So, Chris, one thing we didn't mention about Outdoor Nationals is we are, and I'm sure it's okay to say this, we're going to try and do some interviews there with some of the junior shooters, and we're actually going to try and do some live if we can get all the equipment to line up together out there in the field. But either way, we're going to be doing some interviews, and we'll be posting those as well. So all of you junior shooters, be prepared to be interviewed if you're out there at Outdoor Nationals.
If they're live or not, we're still going to get them out there, so it's going to happen.
Definitely, and I think that's going to be a cool side to be able to get different perspectives from other shooters.
For sure,
Other than us as a group, it'll be cool to get some. And I know there are some 3D shooters that are going to be coming to Ohio, and they'll be there for the first time, so I'm going to love to figure out exactly what it is as far as if they like it, because it'll be their first FIDA tournament, so I think that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, that will be cool. Yeah, kind of
like 10 arrows to like 200 in a day.
Yeah. It's kind of like the NASP and the target deal. We all have our extreme changes in our shooting. All right, so next is we were discussing on a lot of viewers or followers on Instagram and Facebook and such have been commenting, asking questions that they would like us to talk about. So we decided that once a month, the last podcast of every month, we're going to answer most of those questions. And since this is only our second one and we kind of missed the last of the month by a day, we're just going to answer a couple questions just to kind of start with our routine. So first question is from Eric Jansen. He had a question on stabilizer setups and if tiller would help in stabilizing his shot and stuff like that. So Will's going to go ahead and answer that question.
So Eric said that he's getting fatigued because he has too much weight on the front of on his front rod, and he doesn't know if he's running enough on the back or if he needs to change his tiller or not. Well, with weights on stabilizers, guys, it's all personal preference. So it's all a matter of how you like it to feel, how you like it when the shot breaks, if you want your bow to drop straight out in front of your bow, or if you want it the shot to drop or kick up. Some guys like to have run 2 or 3 ounces on the front, so when the shot breaks, the bow will actually go up. Now, like I said, it's personal preference. I don't like that. I like for my bow to be perfectly balanced when the shot breaks. So what you have to do is play around with your weights. And just remember, guys, it's not always the stabilizers that steady your bow down. Sometimes what you have to do is make sure your form, your front bow arm, is firm, but you let your hand be soft. Although you're still holding the bow firmly, you want your hand, the bow to sink into your hand, and that'll get your left and right shots. That'll make those go away, so your bow will sit more steady. So I hope that answers your question, Eric.
Yeah,
With
that's
just quick little insert with the hand. When you look at it, when he's talking about sinking it in, look at your lifeline. It's the little line that runs down it. It's always really confusing for everyone, but you want your bow to fit right in that lifeline and have your hand really relaxed. You don't want to like grip it or have it turned weird or anything.
yeah. Yeah, that's good. I always, especially with beginner archers, that center lifeline is always the basic to go by. And like Will was saying, stabilizer setups is really to fit you. My back bar is actually on the right side, which is extremely uncommon because I'm a right-handed shooter. Most people have it on their left side, but mine's on the right side, and that's just because of the way I follow through with my shot. My bubble is level that way, so it's just totally personal preference. Play around with it, and just see how you shoot.
To the other extreme of that, I don't have a back bar at all. I just have the front stabilizer, which
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand, but it's all total. I can't hold a lot of weight, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. So.
And guys, you need a lot of weight to quiet your bow down. It's mostly in form. All right. So once you have your form set and everything's good in your muscle memory, and you got the shot rocking, it should just sit. That's when you can start adding weight. So start with lightweight, and then start adding weight to your stabilizers until you get to where you think you shoot a good 30-arrow game, or if you're shooting outdoors, 72-arrow games. Make sure that you won't get fatigued, because you don't really need a lot of weight to hold your bow still as long as your form's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, Will, on that, because a couple of years ago I had very minimal weight on my bow, and it started. I started figuring out that there were certain things in my form, like keeping my shoulders high, not having a strong enough front bow arm, that was making it to where I couldn't hold that extra weight. And you'd be surprised, honestly, if you get your form right and get it rocking, you can start slowly adding on weight and slowly adding on weight, and it'll get better and better and better until you'll find the spot. You'll realize it when you find it, and you'll find a good spot that you like your weight. And to this day, I still move mine, and I'm sure you guys do too. I still move mine around just to play with it and figure out what's going to hold the best. So that was just a little extra just to agree with what Will was saying.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so one real quick thing. Google Plus allows our viewers to send questions to us. So if you guys have any questions during our podcast, it's late now in our podcast, but next one, you guys can actually send us live questions. So we can answer them, any of your questions, right off the bat when we do our monthly broadcast for questions. So that's just a little fun fact. And all right, if anyone else doesn't have anything to say, are we good, guys?
We're good.
We're good. All right. Well, that's the end of our second podcast. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Junior Pro Talk. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll put a thing a week video link touching on stabilizers, and also my daily routine video in the comment or the description of this podcast YouTube video. So thanks, guys, for watching, and make sure to tune in next week.